tennis star Ben Shelton showing off that he's bilingual because he also plays soccer.
Who found you? We
You
found
actually.
you.
5, 6, 7, 8.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Sports Are Fun. I'm your host, Kelley O'Hara.
I'm the personality hire, BJ Beckwith.
I'm Greydy Diaz, aka Midrange Mommy.
And we are back in studio after Fanatics Fest. We got an 8, is that what's called an 8 count from BJ? I can tell that you're like sweating already because
I'm sweating because I'm nervous. I'm nervous. You stressed me
so
out
much
You
having to
did.
do that.
I didn't like it.
But you did such a good job.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I think
you
we're
did.
gonna have to always start the show like that.
No.
All right. Well, we were at Fanatics Fest last weekend. We're back in studio. We recorded last Sunday, so we haven't been back together for
Missed you.
8
Missed you
days.
guys.
It's been a minute.
Grady went to Sicily.
Yes, I did.
Hey,
Got a nice little tan, went
Had
to
a-
the beach.
had a great
was with my
birthday.
people, and
love
had a great
it.
time.
Yeah.
You went on vacay.
I went on like work vacay, which is fun.
Okay.
And you also kind of went on vacation.
I was on a
Oh my
work
God, look at
vacay.
us all
Love
just
We're rested,
leaning
relaxed,
in.
Thriving.
refreshed.
Yeah, exactly. Are we refreshed?
We're here.
We're present. Oh my gosh. Well, like always, we got a great show ahead of us. Stick around for an interview with Sirens Casey O'Brien, who was just picked 3rd overall in the PWHL draft. We had El Harchi on last week, which was awesome to hear from her.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have Sirens' 3rd pick or first round, 2nd pick of the draft coming on. I'm excited to talk to her.
Me too.
Yeah, very excited. But first, before we do that, let's talk U.S. Women's National Team.
Ooh.
BJ, you wore a Sophia Smith shirt, even
Miss
though
her.
you miss her on the
I
field.
just was missing her dearly today.
Is that?
So had to represent.
I love it. I miss
Happy
her too.
baby moon to Sophia Wilson.
Is she on a baby moon right now?
She is.
When did she
love
do?
that
Do
for
we
her.
know?
I don't know.
Based
In the
off the
fall?
belly, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Plus 5
Are
months.
you gauging that? Wow. Okay, Sophia, if you are 4 months, no, she's
post 5
she's,
months?
You think she's 5 months pregnant at this point?
No. I'm saying like post 5 months. Like
She'll-
it's past the 5 month mark.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
okay,
Yeah.
got it. I thought you said she still had 5 months to go.
No.
Anyway, let's.
Sophia, let us know.
Yes,
Also name your baby BJ.
Oh my God. Wait, is she having a boy?
I don't know.
Oh.
No, she's having a
BJ?
girl. Actually, she's having a girl.
Okay.
Brigitte.
Oh.
Did you make that up?
No, I'm so serious.
Jameson.
No, I'm serious.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Let's talk. We're very excited for Sophia, and yes, I would endorse a BJ
Come on the podcast, please.
Name for her little baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cute. But first, let's talk about let's talk about U.S. Women's National Team and the games. So Rose is back.
Rose is back.
And Croy
Is back.
Loved seeing both of them on the field in the jersey. I feel like they both bring a different element to the midfield. And we got to see that in the first game. Rose scored a goal.
And
That
Rose
was
looked
great.
awesome.
I know, she looked very good.
Very awesome. And I know we talked about, and a couple people I saw online were discussing, like, how is she going to fit in with these new people? Is her time, like, what is it going to look like from here on out? And I feel like she came in and just really dominated and proved why she is, like, once healthy and fully healthy, the starter of that team.
100%. And I feel like anybody who had doubts around that.
I don't think it was doubts, but I think it was more so just, like, her role in this.
Right.
And, like, what would be the flow.
Exactly. Like fitting into the new style, if
Yeah.
you will, of the Emma days.
The Emma days.
Yeah. No, I thought she did a very good job. They obviously won 4-0. And
Both
then,
times, 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 and 4-0. What I thought was interesting was, and Emma has done this already this year. Well, no, actually, no, I think she has. Full starting 11, completely different from game 1 to game 2.
That just shows the depth that this
It is.
team has. I mean, and even just the amount of players who are really ready and could be called up, to be on this team.
No, 100%, which makes me sit here and be like, so who is your core? Because, and again, I think my question around her finding her core is like, what is the number? What is the size of your core? Because in my opinion, a core for the national team is like 14 to 18. But in years past, at least, I think that's kind of been, you might have your pool of players, but like your true core is a smaller group. But in my opinion, I'm like, I think that it's 22 to 25 maybe at this point.
I also think it's harder to choose when you do have these kind of blowout games.
It's like, how do you identify who is doing
so
what?
what do
and-
you learn from this
Right.
sort of game when you go 4-0 both times?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the fact that she went from her strongest 11
Yeah, you think it was
out
game
of the
1
camp,
A team,
100%.
game 2 B team.
Yes, for sure. But to me, to go from one game to the next and really no drop off of performance based purely on
Stat lines.
stat line, the score sheet, but then also in watching the games, like the second game, the B squad dominated that game and was playing really good, interesting football, in my opinion. They came, especially in the first half, they were very narrow in the attacking third. They played right on top of the 18, a lot of really good technical football, quick passes, give and goes, playing through lines, but weren't afraid to go into traffic against Ireland, which I feel like in years past we would just bypass go around, which they scored their first goal off of that because Emma Sears had a cross to Lynn Williams. Beautiful goal. Great cross. Great goal by Lynn. But yeah, just to me, I'm like, this team across the board is showing that they can attack and play multiple ways and can be dangerous in multiple ways, which I love.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. And like, who do you think in the 2 days two games who stood out the most to you? Especially out of the new
Honestly,
group.
Emma Sears played really well in the second game. And I know she's been in and out, I think, a couple times. And she's shown well when she's been in. But I was impressed by her.
I was impressed. I'm also impressed. I think she's really good. And I think we've seen it more on the club level. But I think she's really good in the air.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was particularly impressed with her ability on the flank and her ability her just crossing selection and execution. But yeah, I think that she was one of my favorites to watch in the second game. It looked like they put Emily Sams.
I am very curious, like, what her journey is right now on this
Emily
team.
Sams?
Yeah.
I think that that's what Emma's probably trying to figure out because she's mostly a center back for Orlando. She played right back this past game.
Yeah. But I do think it's because Giselle and Carriabello came off the training camp because of injury.
Oh, they're out.
Yeah, they're out for the rest of the training camp.
So I think so, but I also think this was something we talked about earlier around could Emily Sams play in that right back position, but it's not really a true right back position because they end up playing a 3-back and they pushed Izzy Rodriguez super high on the left flank, left back. And so it was a 3-back, 3 center back formation, and Emily Sams played on that right center back position. And I think that probably suits her more than a true outside back.
Yeah, I feel like to me she just came in hot, like right in front of the Olympic medals or Olympics, and then I feel like she's just come into a couple camps and just hasn't really been given minutes, and so which she's been really testing out Tara McKeown, and I feel like Tara's gotten more of a shot in my eyes than Emily Sams. Yeah,
and I think that that's based on I think that she has done well when Tara's been given a shot, she's played very well in that center back position. It's a tough. I think it's going to be a hard position to break into if you're new because Naomi, Sonnet, Tara all have been given a lot of looks, and then Tierna's out with injury. But Tierna's the type of player, as soon as she's back, she's going to be a starter, at least pushing for a starting spot. So we'll see. But I did love seeing Lynn in the second game with the captain's armband.
Lynn.
Yeah,
the announcers had a really nice story about her, just talking about like her like tenacity to stay on the team and how she always like takes the role, and I just really liked that. I feel like her and Emily Sonnet are really getting their flowers right now, and I like that a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
You mentioned, breaking in, and there were 2 teenagers, Olivia and Jordan. What do you think about them potentially making the team?
I think it's hard. They both, I think, showed well. I don't think that Jordan Bug as like being a center back against Ireland, like she didn't get tested a lot, but I think when people watch games where it's like, okay, we have the US has most of the possession and the center backs, they're not having to defend a lot, that sort of thing. What they don't realize is that there's a lot of responsibility as a center backs of starting the play, of controlling the tempo, of understanding positioning and thwarting offensive opportunities even when we as the U.S. are controlling the ball. And I think she did a really good job of that. And it can be sometimes a bit, I don't know, you like might not be super used to doing that because that's not usually the case in NWSL, but I think that she showed well in that game. And then Olivia Moultrie, I mean, she's been in and out, was injured for a bit, I think there. And I think that she's good, but again, all these lines, like you look at the forward line, I'm like deep. You look at the midfield line, deep. You look at the back line, deep. Like I think the reality and what I am seeing currently, I'm like, dang, we are stacked right now as a team. So as a player, you gotta figure out a way to be the best you can possibly be in that environment and to execute when you're there, and then also when you're out of the environment and you're in your club environment, like consistently showing well.
I mean, at least they're getting these reps in early as teenagers, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's great.
But also, it was their 600th win in their 40-year history.
No way.
Yeah.
Which U.S. Women's National Team?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go us. Right.
So there's this, standard of excellence. Can you talk about, what it means to kind of be a part of it, but also make sure that it's continuing?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when I got on the team, the one thing I was like, do not lose a soccer game because all these women before me have done so well and have this legacy of excellence and winning. And so it's as soon as you get called in and you have the opportunity to put on that shirt and step on the field, you're like, I have to do everything I can to continue that legacy. Like it can't end with me, So we've got to make it better and better. And I think that it is such an incredible team and culture that has lived on for so long, but it truly is about the culture and the environment being passed down from generation to generation, and each generation embracing that and making sure that it continues to thrive and like we stay at the top.
Hey, that pressure's a privilege.
It is. Pressure is a privilege, but dang, it's hard too. It was stressful at times.
Is it more stressful watching though as a fan?
No, not at all. I mean, I know what they're going through and I know what they're feeling, but it also, when you're in it, it is stressful, but it also is so fun. And it's it really is a privilege to be able to wear that shirt and compete and play with that team and play for the fans. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But, and it's fun to be able to watch on this side and like see all of them embracing that. And yeah, the team is in good hands. I am not stressed. I feel like pretty good.
Moving ahead of Canada. What are we feeling? They play Canada on Wednesday.
What I'm feeling is BJ not wearing a Canadian jersey.
But he does have some USA on.
You do, yeah, obviously. Yeah, you can wear that.
She's not playing.
Well, yeah, but you can still wear it.
I'm warning her. Her 2025 season.
She'll be back even better with the perspective of motherhood.
With the young BJ in arm.
Listen, there's nothing like that motherly strength, though.
That's true.
We've seen a lot of players in different sports come back
Yeah.
even better and
That's true.
stronger and all that. So
I do want to say before we move on, I've been really impressed with Avery Patterson.
Yes.
Really, really liked her.
Ever
play.
since, every time she steps on the field, I have too. I feel like she brings a very specific mentality that like, I don't want to say is missing, but she'll run through a brick wall.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I
Yeah.
feel like you need somebody on the team that's just like, I'm a bulldozer.
She's a
For
young
sure.
Kelley in training.
I liken her more to like a Julie Johnston, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
Huh.
sorry, JJ. Julie Ertz.
These married names. Okay, she's been married for like 10 years.
but yes, in terms of positioning, yes, she
Yeah.
is
A young Kelley in training.
you gotta have somebody that's gonna be enforcer
Right,
back there.
right.
Just like doesn't think twice, just goes for it.
Right. And Alyssa Thompson has looked incredible.
So good. I mean, her goal,
Yeah.
amazing.
Both of them were fun.
Yeah, no, she looks really good. So again, I think U.S. Women's National Team won. I'm excited to see them against competition like Canada. Ireland is not on the same level as
Yeah.
Canada is. So this game on Wednesday will be very fun.
And
We'll
speaking
both
of
be there.
Wednesday, we're going to be supporting our team
Oh my God.
by both being at
In-
Washington, D.C.
in person.
Game in person.
So come find us.
Come find us.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll probably be walking around with a mic.
Yeah.
So, hey, come find me.
Okay. He has blonde hair.
I have
and
blonde hair.
it will not be in a Canadian jersey.
You never know what I'll wear.
What do you think you'll wear?
I don't know. Can I get through lunch first?
Okay, sorry. You're like, I had to plan this outfit.
Right, guys. I can
I
only
was
do
just
so
gonna
much.
say so people like
I I don't know. I'll post what I'm wearing.
Come find him. We did get some fun news. We saw Trinity back on the field via her Instagram. Love to see it. I'm
She
excited
looks
for
good.
her. I know she looks great. I'm like, look at her. Looks
Love her.
speedy. Looks agile. It's great.
Back
But
like she
again,
never
I'm
left.
so happy that I feel like there was some conversation around her potentially coming back.
In July or in June.
Yes. And I was like, please, God.
Did you text
do
her
not.
to stay on the bench?
No, I texted her
Or
a
stay off the
couple
field?
of weeks ago, just like, love you. She texts back, love you too. So it's just like, I don't know. That's just me being,
Just Kelley being Kelley.
just saying, love you, thinking about you. Be smart, girl. Don't push it.
What is it like to get on the field after, an injury?
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's obviously, I feel like it depends on how long you've been out, like what the injury was. It's always, I think the worst part about being a professional athlete or just an athlete in general is injury, because you can't speed it up. You got to do everything you can to make sure you're back 100%. We as athletes are always chomping at the bit, wanting to get back sooner rather than later, probably sometimes pushing it when we shouldn't. But so that's why I'm like, hopefully she's putting in all the work and and just taking her time and not feeling that pressure to return. And she really is going to get back when she feels 100%. Because that's the thing. Like, you don't want to, my biggest anxiety was always coming back and being like, is this going to just happen again immediately, So, but yeah, we wish her well. And
We're excited to see her. We miss her.
can't wait.
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to lose their minds when she gets back.
Oh, for sure.
I probably will. All right. Another fun thing in soccer. NWSL is done, or not done.
Hiatus.
All right. Whoa. Hey, not done.
Hiatus.
Hiatus. Little break.
A much deserved break.
A little break.
How long is the break?
It's like a month. They played their last game last weekend, and then their first games back will be beginning of August. I know, but they're actually they're playing. I think most teams are playing a lot of friendly games. There might be some like USL, NWSL games happening, that sort of thing.
You have to stay moving, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're not off.
Right.
Like, they're training,
They're
and
training,
playing.
yeah.
But lucky us, we get the Euros. The Euros are on July 2nd through the 27th, and the Euros are fun to watch. Great competition.
Okay, so as a U.S. player, though, like, was this something you tuned into?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The best part was you got to watch all the teams that you always knew you were going to have to compete against and knew would be like super hard competition, compete against each other. And you're like, I have nothing to do with this. I can just be a spectator. Exactly.
I'm a fan.
Like, I don't like, in a World Cup, you're watching the other games going on and you're like, fuck, if those people get, like, if that team gets through, they look pretty good. Like, we might have to play them. But Euros, you're just watching truly as a fan, see the competition play out. So good. Like, Euros 2022, so fun to watch.
And who are you rooting for going into it?
England won Euros last time. It was England, Germany in the final. Great final. I think that of the teams that look good, I mean, I think England, Spain, Germany, Sweden are always top contenders. What will France do is the question. But what I'm most excited about, it's not even, I mean, we get fireworks from the start this Euros because of how the groups got put together.
What are the groups? I actually don't know.
Okay, wait for this. I'm going to tell you the groups. This is crazy of UEFA, and I don't know how this happened. I need somebody to explain how these groups got put together. Okay, Group A, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Switzerland. Meh, whatever. That's fine. They'll
do their thing.
two teams of that will win, whatever, in advance. Group B, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Portugal. A little bit more interesting. We're heating up. We're getting interesting.
Okay.
Group C, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Sweden. Okay, also a little interesting.
Yeah.
Group D, England, France, Netherlands, Wales.
Damn.
Whoa.
Group of death. Like,
But
how
if you come out of that group, you think you're winning the whole thing.
well, you're going to be feeling pretty good about how you're playing.
Yeah.
Because so the way it is, it's 4 groups of 4 teams. Only the top 2 advance. There's no third place advancing. So out of England, France, Netherlands, Wales isn't advancing. Sorry, Wales. It's either going to be England, France, or Netherlands. Out of those 3, only 2 are going to advance, which is pretty crazy
That is
because
pretty
those
crazy.
are top teams.
teams.
Yeah. So
When does this kick off?
July 2nd.
July 2nd? Oh.
2
See you
days.
soon.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm going to be in the group stage. I mean, I'm going to be tuning into every Group D game for sure.
for sure.
I'll probably watch a lot of these games. I'm really excited. I think the Spain, Italy, Portugal will be, even Belgium. Yeah, it's going to be good. So group stage is going to be fun, especially because of this Group D, England, France, Netherlands situation. And then beyond that, 8 teams advance. So it's great competition all the way through.
Yeah.
Are there any NWSL players that you're looking forward to watching?
I'm really excited to see Esther with Spain in a competition, in a tournament format. She has been obviously playing excellent soccer, some of the best we've seen her play as an NWSL player. She's leading goal scoring race. So I'm interested to see if she can translate that over to Spain. And I know she is, what'd you say?
You go first.
Oh no, I just know that she is like wanting to turn up big at this tournament.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to see all the San Diego French players.
Oh yeah. I was
in
going to say
France.
Cascarino.
And
for
Jess
sure.
Silva is going to be playing for
Yeah,
Portugal.
which speaking
Correct.
of, she just announced today that she is no longer with Gotham.
Yeah, I know. I'm sad about that,
Yeah.
but hopefully she finds a good spot wherever she lands. But yes, I was going to say, so Esther, I'm very excited to see Jess with Portugal because I feel like she's had a lot of injuries, unfortunately, with Gotham. Hasn't probably gone exactly how she wanted to coming over to the NWSL or specifically with Gotham, but she's so fun to watch with Portugal.
Do you think she's gonna stay in NWSL or?
Good question. I don't
Yeah.
know. Should text her.
We'll find out soon.
But then also, yeah, Anne-Katrine Berger with
Of
Germany
course.
will be huge for her.
Of course.
Cascarino with France. Really
Jess Carter.
Really excited. Yeah, Jess Carter with England. But I do think Esther and Katrine and then Jess Silva and Cascarino, I think, are the 4 that I'm really excited to play or see play with their countries.
I agree. I agree with you on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing about Euros is they prize money went up 156% from 2022.
Wow.
Love to hear it.
So now 41 million total prize money, which is great. And there's like, I think they stipulated specific splits that go to the players, that sort of thing, which is
Whoa, that's very
We love to
cool.
see that.
Pay these
Exactly.
women.
And what's great is like, this is me being kind of dumb, but it's UEFA hosts this tournament. It's not a FIFA tournament. So it is the confederation of the European nations that hosts it, which is UEFA, as opposed to a FIFA tournament. So I just like that this is one of the most important tournaments in these players' careers is Euros. I would say Euros and World Cup. And it's cool that it's not FIFA. I think it's cool that it's UEFA.
Hey, yeah. Why? Why do you think that's cool?
Just because to me, it just shows that, for instance, with CONCACAF, they held the Gold Cup last year.
Okay.
And that was really great to see, like, other confederations are taking, UEFA's been doing this for a long time, but just to see that, like, we should, there is this ability to monetize and grow the game in this way. Like, people turn up for the Euros, and it's, again, really important for these players. These players care a lot. It sits right underneath the World Cup. So my hope is that other confederations can build these tournaments in a way that rivals what UEFA's done in Europe with the Euros.
Yeah, and they're on pace to break attendance records.
Exactly.
So they're in a good
it's-
place.
Exactly. It's really, I think it's great for the women's game.
Summer's heating up.
Yeah, wait. Okay, if you guys have to pick a team.
I guess I'll go. I'm either gonna go England.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't go France.
That's what I'm thinking. 'Cause
Yeah, I thought you
but I
would.
do like the England girls. I
okay.
do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, that's okay. You're going to pick the reigning champion.
But that's why I kind of want to go underdog. Like I kind of want to be different.
You different? No.
Never.
And I'll go España.
Okay, nice. Oh, that's,
Fair
I mean,
choice.
They're set to dominate.
wait, so
you
can
know,
I not pick England or Spain now?
Okay. You pick England. I'll pick France. So we can be different. Were you gonna pick France?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we
Should
need
I
to
pick
each have a different horse in the
Germany?
race.
Should I pick Sweden? Picking Sweden would feel like wrong to me because they've done us dirty so many times.
You gotta remove yourself from the equation here.
Exactly. No, I'll go England. Let's go back to back. See if they can run it back.
England,
I'll go France.
France, España.
All right.
All right.
Find out in
Winner gets a coffee.
Or a matcha. Thank
Or a
you. Thank you in advance.
Well, now that we've covered all the action on the pitch, we gotta ask the number one question in the WNBA right now. What is going on in Indiana? DeWanna Bonner has been waived.
Yes. I believe she asked to
for a
leave.
waive or
Yeah,
asked
okay.
to leave. She missed the last 5 games, I think, before the waiver due to personal reasons. And then she was waived this past Wednesday. So I think that when it first came out that she wanted to be waived or was going to be waived, I think a lot of people were like, why? And there's a bit of speculation, so I'm wondering y'all's thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, well, she's missed obviously like many games. I think she has a reduced role on the team, which she is not used to. I mean, she hasn't played 21 minutes since her rookie season. She's always played more, always has contributed a lot more. And who knows it? I think it could possibly be some off the court stuff that, you know, maybe Indiana isn't the easiest place to play in given the state of many things. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's all about players being happy where they are, being able to be themselves. And if you got to leave, you got to leave.
Right.
So I just feel like she had to make a decision for herself, and may the next place work out. And maybe she'll go back to the Mercury, which would be great because she spent a majority of her career there. Yeah,
and honestly, I mean, it's nice that the Fever waived her, gave her that opportunity. Sure. I mean, it's not, we had it's not the Marina Mabry.
I mean, she wasn't showing up. So like,
true.
You kind of should just waive her.
But sometimes like
Absolutely.
A team, if you're not showing up, they'll be like, too damn bad. You're here and we're gonna keep you here. So I mean, it's nice that Fever did that for her so that she can go choose to be with the team that she wants to be with.
But this is the DeWanna Bonner.
No, I know.
Who is a 2-time WNBA champion, 3rd-time all-leading scorer in the WNBA. She's a legend. You know what I mean? So I think there is, you know, quite a bit of respect on her name. And I do appreciate that they did waive her.
Yeah, and I don't think it's done. Like, I think more information is going to come out. I think there's some drama unfolding. I mean, she did post.
Yes. The two, there was
2 posts. Yeah. I'll read them both. There was a press release and there was an Instagram.
Okay.
For the press release, she said, "I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for the opportunity to be a part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitement heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work out, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point in my career. I wish the Fever great success as they continue to build around this dynamic group of young players." This was a very media training answer.
Of course. It was a press release.
This was a press release. This
As
was media
press
trained.
Releases sound.
This was beautiful. And then we get to Instagram.
Exactly.
Twitter.
The real.
Nah, never been that. But when the time comes, let's just make sure the apologies are just as loud as the disrespect in due time.
Capital letters.
Capital letters. ...
Yeah. I mean, it's always good. Like that's what's nice about social media. One of the things is that it's
not your press release.
Exactly. It gives the players the ability to say exactly what they want to say, if they want to say that. Sure. And good on her to be like, bet. Like,
So I do think, though, with that, there's some drama unfolding in there that we were going to be exposed to.
All right. So you're gonna stay on your investigative journalism role and be scrolling the interwebs to find out that information.
I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I thought it was odd that she was going there in the first place. I thought it was odd that quite a few players were going there. So to see her wanting out is not a surprise to me, given certain things. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, like you said.
My nose will be to the grind.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be counting on VJ to sniff out what's really going on.
And I'll be in it.
Well, the Fever will be playing the Lynx in the Commissioner Cup tomorrow, as in today, because we're recording on Monday, but this episode comes out tomorrow, as in today, Tuesday. Who do we think is going to win against Lynx and Fever?
Well, I just want to say, because this was brought up last time we talked about the Commissioner Cup, it was a jinx or like a hex a little bit, because the Lynx won last time and then lost in the finals.
Right.
So do you want them to go back-to-back if you're the Lynx?
Ooh, that's a good question, because I initially thought it was going to be a WNBA Finals preview, and I don't think that this is a WNBA Finals preview. I do think that the Lynx are a stronger team, but I do think that Indiana will give them trouble.
For sure.
I'm really excited to watch this game.
I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, very excited. Where's it being played? Anybody know?
Minnesota.
Okay. Oh, so at home.
It's a home game, baby.
It's a home game.
Dang.
Let's see.
Okay, interesting. Well, interestingly enough,
and there's money on the line.
I know. I think that's what
they
that's what I like about
Coinbase.
Yeah, the Commissioner's Cup is that. I mean, those players want to win it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, like that. It means
that's
something
a bonus,
to them,
baby.
100%, just based on the paycheck alone. You know, But what we also have is Fever versus Lynx. We also just found out the All Star game captains, Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier.
Yep.
So they get to draft their teams.
And I guess my question is, so they had the most votes out of everybody. That's why they're the captains.
Did they get picked captains? Is it player voting or is it fan voting?
Fan.
Okay, interesting.
So out of the people they're drafting, is it just out of the pool of people who got the top votes? Or can they draft anybody?
No. They can only draft the people who are part of, that were chosen for All-Star Weekend.
And so do we know who all those choices are?
July 8th.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's not done yet. Voting.
Okay.
Yeah, not done yet.
Okay, so we only know the top right now.
Correct.
Interesting.
So
Okay,
remember they did the waves, and they were like, here's the first wave of like who's gotten the most votes. And then
But we have an idea, of who will
Right.
be in the All-Star.
So who do we want? Who would you have as, if you were Caitlin and if you were Nafisa, who would you have be your first pick?
If I'm Caitlin, I'm going with my teammate Aaliyah Boston, who's having an incredible season.
Right.
And if I'm Fee, I'm going with Miss Asia Wilson, one of the best players in the league.
But do you want to draft your teammate because it's like your chance to play with other people?
If my
Yeah.
teammate doesn't draft me, I'm looking at you crazy.
I know.
Because I'm one of the best players in the league right now.
No, that's a good question. Though,
Aaliyah
because it's
Boston's doing great.
No, I completely agree. That would be my choice as well. But, and for the purpose of like chemistry,
Absolutely.
But I feel like in this
And-
game, you're going into it more fun.
100%, which is that's why you can argue the other side of
Yeah.
like, let's shake it up.
Yeah, let's
they
give
if I'm Caitlin, I'm
fans.
like, Caitlin, I'd be like, I want to play with Asia.
I get it.
Like,
I
I
get
think
that.
that's real.
Exactly.
Her.
I want to
You
play
know?
with like Stewie.
Right.
Like you want to play with these legends
People
who
that
you've never played with.
Right. For sure. But it is a question of like,
I
okay,
wonder.
if she doesn't pick AB right out of the bat, like as her first pick, is that drama? Is she like, yo, in the
Why
locker
did you
room
pick
when they
me?
get back to Fever, like looking at her?
But I also would hope that AB is picked within, that first, group of folks.
I mean,
I think she should be.
100%.
But
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
Okay.
I'm
well,
excited.
Would
to
you
see the
want to
lineups.
be like both of you? You're in the league. Would you want to be the captain and be the person to pick?
No.
Hell yeah.
You want?
Absolutely. Because I'm picking my favorites or the best, all that. Like, we're going to
I
have
wouldn't
fun
wanna
with it.
pick. I wouldn't want
Absolutely.
to.
It might be a
I
little
feel
bit
like
of
you
pressure,
would,
but
no? Oh, you don't
No,
want, you
I
want
don't
that
want to
pressure.
pick. I don't want the pressure.
I want to pick.
Grady's like, give it to me.
Why wouldn't you want to be a captain?
Maybe they'll have a Fee has a phone a friend. She can call you and be like,
She can
yeah.
call you and be
That
like,
would be
who
a
should I get?
fun element of the
Well,
All-Star
they should.
game is
Are
that the
they gonna, like,
captains,
draft it?
no, fans should get an opportunity of like enter a raffle,
Yeah.
and then they are the person that the captain has to call to choose the number one pick.
Kelly, you need
That's
to stop
fun.
giving ideas for
I
free.
know, shh.
Right, trademark that.
No, put it in there. People know I'm a marketing genius. I need them to know.
You're just an ideas
I got
generator.
ideas.
She's got always moving mind.
No, truly,
going.
how fun would that be?
For
You get
sure.
a call from Nafisa Collier being like, "Yo, who do you want me to pick as my first pick?" Of
You would
all
say
the
something,
players,
she'd be like, never mind.
yeah, she'd be like,
But does she have to say yes, or does she have to choose, that person that you?
I think giving a fan one fan gets to choose one of your picks.
It's kind of
Maybe not the first.
It has to be reasonable though. Like you can't pick somebody who isn't going to be on the all. Like
Oh
it has
no,
to be
I'm
a
saying
reasonable.
it's in
top.
the,
Okay,
it's
the
in
top
the group.
choices.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. No. Another fun thing that just popped
Breaking
up.
news.
Breaking news in the WNBA. Grady missed her subway stop to get to the podcast because she was.
Wait, but can I tell you, we got to the second stop. And I had to open the doors. I had to be one of those people today because if not, I would have been even farther from the studio.
You would have been in Brooklyn.
And I was like, I
doors is
hope this
crazy.
doesn't close on me. And I had to open up the door.
because you were that in
Yes, I was texting my friends. I was reading
Oh.
articles, just posting,
Yeah.
because I'm excited.
Okay, what we're
Yeah.
talking about, the breaking news, is that it was announced the next 3 expansion teams for the WNBA is Cleveland
Detroit and Philly.
Philadelphia. But they're all entering in different years. So what are they, Grady?
Cleveland 2028, Detroit 2029, Philadelphia 2030. And what's interesting is that Cleveland Rockers were a team from 1997 to 2003, and Detroit Shock were a team 1998 to 2009.
Okay,
and
so
they
a long
have
time.
3 championships.
Dang.
So that's interesting. And then Philadelphia is getting a team for the first time.
Yeah.
So what an exciting moment for them. I would love to see a Dawn Staley in her city. I don't know if she's going to leave South Carolina, but that would be so poetic. or even to see Natasha Cloud go to Philly because she reps Philly so hard.
Let's leave her in New York
But I
for
know
now.
she's very happy in New York. But I mean, to play in your hometown or to coach in your hometown or to be a GM or owner. Dawn Staley, I think, recently said she would love to be an owner.
Oh, she's got.
So if she could be in that ownership group, if she's in there, hopefully it's announced at some point, I would be elated.
Yeah, that's cool. But okay, very excited for this news. A little annoyed it's going to take that long.
Yeah, I kind of wish they announced it as in like, we are having these expansions, but like each year they could have been like, in like drum roll please, here it is, here's clues. Like I feel like we could have like shortened it because now it's like, why do I have to wait till 2030?
But it is good. The runway. So I'm annoyed as a fan. I'm like, And I think that even the big conversation this year is the number of teams is not enough to account for the talent that we have in to play in the league based on roster size. They either need to expand the roster size, and hopefully they will after this next CBA negotiation, or they need to add teams, which now we're finding out the next additions are coming in these years, the first one being 2028, and it'll be 3 extra teams. But even then, I'm like, it's not enough. So I'm hoping that they add spots. But with the runway of time ahead of the expansion team, it is really good for them, for those teams, to build the hype and build the momentum, build the fan base, and
build the brand.
Build the brand, exactly. Like that is
build the facilities, baby. Bring all the facilities, state of the art. They need practice facilities. 100%. They need arenas. You know what I mean? They need top of the line because these are the best players in the world.
Completely agree. And speaking of an expansion team, went to the Valkyries game last week. Valkyries versus Liberty in San Francisco. So fun.
Yes.
Great environment.
I mean, they've been like selling out games. Their crowd attendance is crazy.
Have done it right and are a great example of building the brand, getting the the attendance is through the roof. It was so fun. It was the only time I felt like another sport. Again, I don't think you can really rival the Liberty environment or even atmosphere. Like when you're walking up to the stadium, you get out of the subway or you like pull up in your car or whatever, and it's just all the people around Barclays. So cool. But Valkyries was similar. I took a scooter there from San Francisco, and I was like scootering in, and all these other people were on their bikes or like walking in. They all have their purple on, like all their Valkyries gear. It was awesome. It was so sick. Liberty obviously won. I was cheering for them. I was probably I saw 1 or 2 Statue of Liberties in the house. I had some fellow fans. But Valkyries, shout out. Great environment, really good game. Kate Martin was hitting threes, couldn't miss. It was insane. But Liberty won. But again, great example of
doing it right.
Wait, but do you know where their GM is from? The Valkyries?
Where?
New York Liberty.
There you go.
Wow.
Took the playbook with them.
Absolutely.
Wow. There you go. Who is it?
Ohima.
Okay, cool. And how long were they in New York for?
Quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it works.
Yeah.
And so it will be fun to see how these cities, now they've been awarded their expansion teams, how they grow and how they brand and how they market and just the hype there. It'll be sick. I'm pumped.
That will be sick.
But I'm going to need them to bring a team to Miami next.
Yeah.
Houston, bring that team back. And Charlotte Sting.
You
bring them back, baby.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you want all the teams back where they were before.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're coming back though, do you want them to be called the same thing? Or
So
do you
I know
want
I was going to ask.
A relaunch.
I want them to be called the same thing. But for instance, the Connecticut Sun used to be the Miami Soul. I want the Miami Soul back. And then with Connecticut, you either fold the team and let Boston rebrand. Or you keep a team in Connecticut.
Oh, that's true. What?
And then, but we need a team in Boston too.
That's crazy that, I'm.
So bring the Miami Soul back.
Start the petition. I'll be your first name.
All right.
After yours.
I'll be third.
Wait, but also I do like naming the team the same because
But will you keep like the history of the 3 champions? Like, does that still count to you? Or since it's a relaunch?
That seems like a teal washing stat right there.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Because many of these teams have moved to different cities.
But they were in the WNBA.
That's fair.
But it is true. Okay, the reason. Do you want to know why I want them to keep the same name?
Why?
Vintage gear.
Oh,
so
good.
Opportunity there.
That
so
is
good.
name.
I love that.
I like
Me
that.
too.
Because if you have a brand new sports team, it's like this isn't.
It don't even
this
look
is
right.
Shows who your true fans are.
Exactly. Who can scrounge up that vintage?
Agreed.
Get ready. The resale value is going up.
Grab your stuff now.
Yeah, I'm giving
Pull it
away
out of the
all the
basement.
secrets. Oh my God. Okay. our guest is a 3-time NCAA national champion as a Wisconsin Badger and was just drafted 3rd overall in the PWHL draft by the New York Sirens. It's Casey O'Brien.
Yay! Thanks for having me on.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. This past week has been absolute whirlwind.
Okay, tell us everything you've done.
So CBS, we went Yankees game, Red Bull game,
Nice.
bunch of interviews on Top of the Rock.
Okay.
It's just been absolutely crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you been loving it?
Yes, I have. I mean, I didn't pack for it. That's been the biggest thing. I just packed for the couple days in Ottawa, so I've been struggling for outfits. But
You're in New York. Go shopping.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. BJ will go shopping with you.
Perfect.
Gladly.
No, but I love that, and you deserve it.
100%. I hope you're like, soaking it all in, because it's such a fun thing post draft to be able to, and like, you know your city, this is where you're going to play. You get to be immersed in all of the things. And you're from New York.
Yes, I was born here, lived here till I was about 10 years old, and then my
Okay.
family moved. But my brother's living here now too, so it's been nice to get to hang out with him and experience this little bit with him.
Amazing. So, okay, can you walk us through draft night? Because you were chosen 3rd overall, but Sirens had to trade to get that 3rd overall pick.
Yes.
So talk us through the night. What was it like?
It was absolutely crazy. Obviously, going in, I had no idea where I was going to go. I thought there was maybe like 3 or 4 teams that was a possibility just based on the conversations that I'd had with the GMs. And so once New York picked Kelty number 1 overall, then I was kind of in my brain like, okay, not New York. Let's see what's next.
Okay.
Boston went. I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be Toronto, Montreal, who knows? And then I saw that Toronto's GM didn't go up on stage, and I said to my family, I was like, "There's a trade," and they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Just wait." And so they announced the trade right there, and I was just in pure shock because then I was like, "Oh my God, like I could end up in New York."
Yeah.
And that's one of the places I was secretly hoping I might go, just being from here and everything. And so. When they announced it was my name, like it was pure shock. I think I couldn't speak for 30 minutes afterwards because I just couldn't believe it. It was so cool. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ahead of the draft, had you been talking to teams? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I was talking to 4 different GMs and coaches, just kind of Zoom calls for the past month or so, and then a few meetings on the morning of the draft.
Wow.
So that gave me
meetings the morning of?
Yes.
Wow.
So it was a very jam-packed day where I went straight from my meeting with New York into hair and makeup. So it was just
there were no tryouts in advance, trying out with the team a little bit.
No, there's no combine. They come down the guys' side, but I think it's mostly just based off your NCAA season or wherever you're coming from.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Dang.
Crazy day.
Yeah. How do you feel about being a pro?
It's so insane to me still. I mean, even I think it was my junior year in college, I didn't fully know if this league was going to be a thing. And
That's what I want to ask you about because, sorry, to cut you off, but because PWHL didn't exist for your first 2 years of college and even going into college.
Yeah.
So when this league came started, were you like, oh, I have an option to play post-college? And did that become the goal, or what was the goal before it didn't exist?
Yeah, I think everybody wanted to make the Olympics. That was the number one goal, just without there being a league. And so I always knew, I want to go for 2026. I want to go for 2030, but I just didn't know what life was going to look like after college because there wasn't a sustainable league to play in. I didn't know where I was going to play, where I was going to train. And so it was a big question mark. And then once, rumblings about the league started coming about, I didn't want to get too hopeful just because I feel like that's happened a few times in the past and it maybe didn't work out.
Right.
But, it's been so amazing. And I think it's answered so many questions for women's hockey players for what they're going to do after college.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a specific part of your game that you're focused on developing even more, as you transition to the pro level?
Yeah, I'm obviously not the biggest player, but the PWHL is very physical. They have, some checking, which they don't have in college. And so I think that's going to be the biggest adjustment for me. And I got to learn how to hit a little bit.
How does one practice for
boxing
that?
class?
Yeah, right.
What do you do? Maybe. I don't know. I think mostly just in practice.
Just getting a little bit more stuck in, a little bit more physical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your anger out.
Work through some things on the ice.
Oh my god.
When you think back to your hockey journey, what moment do you think prepared you most to enter the PWHL?
I think probably my transition into college. Obviously, like Wisconsin has been such a dynasty over the past few years, and going in, you don't exactly realize how good everyone's going to be. Like even the players who might not have play all the time on the team, like they were on their U18 national teams, like they've been superstars themselves, and so that was a big transition for me. It was such a different game going from high school to college, and so I feel like that's going to be similar because it is going to be a completely different game in the PWHL, but I think Wisconsin did a great job of helping me through that transition, and so I feel like I can take what I learned through that and into this year.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I went from like high school into college, such a jump, and then you have to get adjusted, and then college into pros, even bigger jump, have to get adjusted. Have you talked to anybody or any rookies this past year of like what that transition has been like for them, and do they have any? Have you gotten any tips of like what to expect or what you should be working on or what it's going to be like?
Yeah, a lot of the Badgers, I talk to them just about their transition, how they're liking it and everything. And everyone kind of says they feel like they need to play a different style of game just because of the physicality and how different it is. But like everyone's advice to me has just been to play my game. Like I got picked for a reason and for what I've done. And so they want me to just stay true to myself and play the game that I know how to play.
Yeah, for sure. Well, absolutely do that. New York had Rookie of the Year this past year, and they had the number 1 pick, and then they had 3rd pick. Clearly trending towards youth. Is that something that they talk to you about, or is that something that the team is focusing on, bringing in young talent and developing that talent? Or, I mean, also letting that talent shine to have the Rookie of the Year means they're already pretty established.
Yeah, absolutely. I think their biggest goal was to keep their like defense core intact mostly. So I know they went for a lot of younger forwards just to kind of change the style. And I think, they talked to me before the draft saying there's going to be some big changes made. And I didn't know what that means, but now I do. And I'm just so excited because I think the forward core now is so young, going to be so fast and skilled and dynamic. And I've played with a couple of the other draftees at Wisconsin. So
nice.
yeah, they're my
nice.
best friends. So there's already some chemistry there. It'll be a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah, exactly.
Great way to start.
Are you like thinking about where you're gonna live? Like, are you already planning your life in the city? How are you feeling about that?
Yes, we got to hang out with a few of the Sirens after the draft, and they were already telling us like where they live, what we can do. I know my brother, he lives in the city. He's trying to get us to live in the city too, but I don't know. But yeah, it's just been so fun to just think of all the possibilities.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, the PWHL is growing, and what impact do you hope to have on the game, and where do you see it in 5 years from now?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it just continues to grow. One thing I'm super excited about, like New York isn't the biggest hockey market, especially for youth hockey. Like growing up here, I played at Chelsea Piers. I was the only girl on a boys team, and so there wasn't a ton of opportunity, and that also sparked our move to Boston. But coming here, I really want to be, a face for the community to look up to and just like grow the youth game because it'd be super cool if there's a lot more players coming out of the New York market.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised by that it's not. Is it like access to rinks?
It's probably
the
access
ability.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, access to rinks. It's such an expensive sport with ice time and the gear and everything. And so once I started getting older, my brother also played, and so my parents, they'd pick us up from school. We would drive right to Jersey to go to the rinks just to miss all the traffic. And we'd like be sitting in the parking lot for 3 hours just waiting for practice to start. So it's definitely a lot in the city, but hopefully, there can be more opportunities for younger players.
Yeah. Is there even a rink in the city for like kids to play at?
I mean, there's Chelsea Piers, yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, Chelsea Piers.
They have like rinks that you can go in. I think you have to bring your own equipment.
Oh, you're talking about like Chelsea Piers. Oh, on the water, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like
it has like all the sports in there.
Oh, right.
The
Yeah.
turf
Are your
fields.
parents still in Boston?
Yes, they are.
Okay, Boston Fleet.
Yeah, I was about to say, was that a team that you had conversations with?
Yes, it was. I had known that they were probably going to go with a defender.
Okay.
But I did have a lot of great conversations with them. And one of my brothers lives in Boston, one's in New York. So they were kind of fighting over where they hoped I would go.
So New York, Boston, or New York brother won out.
Yeah.
That's my team because I'm from Massachusetts,
Oh, no
but
way.
I will be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're big Sirens fans here.
Yeah, I
as you can
love
see.
the jersey up here. That's awesome.
I got to go to one of the games. So what does your off season look like? Like your lead up into, because season starts when? November?
Yeah. So kind of just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm in the Boston area, just training, working out, just skating, kind of waiting. And then Olympic tryouts will start in August. And so that's like 1 week every month leading up to January.
Okay.
And so be getting ready for that as well.
Okay. And how are you feeling about that possibility?
I'm so excited. This has been like the dream that I've been chasing since I was like 5. I had these chalkboards in my room, and I wrote the Olympic years that I wanted to make it.
Wow, that's so cool.
Talk about a planner. Oh my God. You could do math. You were like, I'm at this age on this year. These are my games.
Oh, that's exciting.
Without the P-dub, like to watch, like it was the Olympics.
That's it. That was how I was.
Yeah.
Like I only had Olympics or the full team. So
Absolutely.
wow. Okay. So this Olympics and then the next one. And then the next one?
Maybe. We'll see.
What was on the chalkboard? Which dates?
Okay, I was far reaching with this. I think I had 2018, 2022. So those passed, but that's okay.
You would have been how old at
You were
2018?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, you know what? Hey,
I was a little ahead of myself.
You know? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I like that. That's confidence as a kid. That's so cool. Wow. So you knew you wanted to play hockey in the Olympics.
Yes, absolutely. That's been the dream forever. And, you know, being this close now, I'm just really excited for the opportunity.
Oh my gosh.
You made it.
that's
You're
so
you're
exciting.
here at least. And I do have to ask, is there a specific player or players that you're looking forward to going up against that you've been able to watch?
Marie-Philippe Poulin, she's Canadian, but she, you know, is the full 200-foot center, which is kind of the game that I try to emulate. And so I think I played against her for the first time in like a rivalry series, just USA versus Canada, like games this past couple years, and like taking a face off against her, like I lost my first one cleanly to her, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever.
You can have it.
Yes.
I just wanted to do the face off.
Exactly. So just like playing against all these players, or playing with these players who I've been, you know, growing up watching, wanting to be them, like it's so cool. It's a privilege to just be out there with them.
That's really cool.
That's
Can you
awesome.
explain what a 200-foot center is?
Oh,
a
yeah.
full 200. Is it like you do the whole length of the floor? Or
Yeah,
the
it
rink?
means like you're responsible defensively, but also can produce offensively.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
I know at least in high school, I was definitely more focused on the offense. So we're
And
kind
who
of
wouldn't?
rounding that out. Yeah.
Exactly. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's been your favorite thing? I know you kind of told us a little bit of the things that you've done this week, but what's been your favorite thing since being drafted, being able to do?
I think
This.
the Yankees game. This, yes. Besides this,
Sports are fun for
yeah. Besides this,
We can throw out a pitch here if you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot over there.
my brother's a huge Yankees fan,
Oh,
and
sick.
so it was fun to see how jealous he was.
Oh,
Got to meet like one of his
yeah.
favorite players, Anthony Volpe.
Did you get to bring him? He
No.
brought. You brought. Oh, you didn't get to bring
He
him.
was away for the weekend.
Oh, okay. Like guys, big dreams come true over here.
Well, my dad's also a Red Sox fan, so it was fun to see how mad he got about that.
Oh yeah, because you got a jersey with your name on the back.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wear that at home.
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Were
So
you a Red Sox fan before? Okay, so
No, my mom, huge Yankees fan, dad Red
Oh,
Sox.
so house
they've been-
divided.
Yes.
Okay, so
But how
so half
about
the family's excited.
Celtics?
Knicks.
Knicks. Interesting. So you're really divided, it
Yes.
seems like.
Have
okay,
to
but
stick
thankfully
to
you
my
don't have to
roots,
choose
though.
between basketball, so you can just be a Liberty fan.
Yes, 100%.
For now.
Yes.
And
There's
you
gonna,
should,
there's
even
gonna
though
be a
it's in
team,
Boston.
a WNBA team in Boston someday.
That's going to be
Absolutely,
awesome.
there will.
Yeah, one day.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for. Oh wait, no. Before we let you go, show it's called Sports Are Fun. What would you say is like the most fun thing in sports right now?
I think the most fun thing is just how it's growing. I think every league, whether it's like the PWHL or the WNBA, like watching what's happened with that, like, oh my God, like with Caitlin Clark in the league and Angel Reese, just like, it is insane how, like, it's so cool to watch like little boys watching that instead of
Yes.
like the NBA only. And so
100%.
just watching all these leagues continue to grow, especially like NWSL, like, oh my God, it's so fun. And I just can't wait to see where it goes, and to be a part of it is the most special thing.
Love that. Well, you're gonna have to get out at a Liberty game, a Gotham
Yes.
game, and then we'll
Absolutely.
come watch you when you get on the ice. Is awesome.
Awesome.
But thank you so much for being here. It's so wonderful meeting you, and I'm excited to watch you play. And good luck in your rookie year and in the lead up to the Olympics.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having me on. So
Of
nice to meet
course.
you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Congrats.
you.
Yeah. Group chat time.
Group chat time.
What do we
We've
got
been
in group
busy.
chat? What's happening?
Let's start
What
with
was going on last week?
Coco and Arena Sablanca.
I love this.
I loved this. So for those who don't know, there was Wimbledon is coming up. All the players are there.
Yeah, Wimbledon before US Open.
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago, I was like, cannot wait to see those two match up at US Open. It was like, just completely forgot that Wimbledon was happening between.
Because we're selfish. We only wanted
It's
to think of
true, it's
America. Yeah, we were being selfish. Right? Happy 4th of July. But we got a slew of TikToks from the trio or the duo. And
There are multiple.
Yeah, there's multiple.
Oh my God, I only saw the one.
Coco posted one.
Okay. Oh,
Arena's posted one.
There's one of them. There's only one of them together.
No. There's multiple.
Oh, okay. Love.
Like there's a dance one, and then there's like a more lip sync type one. Yeah, and then it's been blowing up, and then even Coco commented on hers and was like, I don't remember the.
Oh, it was like water on the bridge or something, or or the beef is.
It was like what's the thing where it's like something was extended, the hand.
Olive branch.
The olive branch was extended and
it's
accepted.
Like water on the bridge. The beef is over.
The beef is over.
Olive branch. Like what
we
is?
ate lunch.
What are signs of peace?
Yep.
It's giving Michelle Obama. We go high.
Yes. And so people are.
Did we
she's
expect
basically
anything
though.
else?
Right.
Exactly.
Basically though, she's like, we moved on. We're having fun now. Which I love. I would love someone to start beef with me and we make a TikTok.
You want to?
Yeah.
What can we fight about?
Let's fight.
We have to wrestle first. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine. Kelley, you're gonna beat.
He's strong though. Well,
Yeah.
we did work out together, and you were a little intimidated.
Really?
But you did
I've trained
the
now.
pull-ups, right?
Yeah, I did the
Okay,
pull-ups.
anyway.
But what trend would you guys do to like squash
beef?
squash our beef?
I don't know enough TikTok trends. I would literally be like, I need to squash this beef. BJ, what are the TikTok trends?
Right.
I'd be texting you.
Right.
Greydy?
I'm the intern.
You got
I
anything
don't
good?
know. I'd have
What
to
would you
think.
do? Dance, lip sync? Which one would you go with?
Dance shows that you guys spent time together because you had to
Probably a
rehearse.
little dance.
Yeah,
You know?
you had
That
to
is true.
rehearse.
Little,
Okay.
a little
So,
dance class
yeah.
together.
That's
for
like
this
we're
TikTok.
friends because
Like
we were
this.
dancing together. We were practicing.
No, I liked it though. I really liked it,
Yeah.
and I feel like it just adds to the fun of
Yeah.
the sport, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
People were
Up in
mad.
arms. Up in arms.
mad at Sabalenka for her comments. Which,
Yes, they
rightfully
were.
so. Like
Rightfully
it
so.
wasn't she didn't say what she
was a sore loser.
She was a sore loser. She was not a gracious loser or
Right.
able to handle that. But she,
Yeah.
in her quick just what would you call it? Like sitting there and being like, I didn't do that.
She cooled
right.
off. She cooled
yeah,
off.
and she came back and was like, I did, wasn't
Right.
good, and good for her for going out and saying I could have been better in that moment. I didn't handle that
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And now here we are. And
I
they're
wonder
making
whose
TikToks
idea
together.
it was. Was it the team's idea?
Oh,
was
yeah.
it their idea? I'm just
Who,
curious.
who texted who to be like, yo, you want to do a TikTok?
I'm gonna ask Coco when I see her this summer.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, period.
Find out, report back, investigative journalism.
Right. Nose to the grind.
Nothing gets by us.
I feel like I'm going to guess Irina was the one who reached out.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it would make
Yeah.
sense for her to be
Yeah.
the
Yeah. But I don't think she reached out and was like, let's make a
do a
TikTok.
Oh yeah, maybe she. Yeah,
But
maybe,
they both be on TikTok.
Yeah, they both are on
They
their social
both are
media,
very
so-
on,
Okay.
very much so on TikTok. So.
That would that makes sense of her being like, yo,
Yeah.
my bad, girl. Do you want to do
Yeah.
a TikTok? You
That would work on me.
That is like the now like a hugging it out.
Right, no, it
like a
is.
TikTok is a hugging it out for Gen Z.
It's true.
Wow, and we all get to watch.
What was
How
it
lucky are
before?
we? A hug? I don't know. Handshake? High five? A text? My bad. I
This
don't
is
know.
more fun. This is more fun.
Oh my gosh.
But speaking of tennis, we're going to keep talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
tennis star Ben Shelton showing off that he's bilingual because he also plays soccer.
I love this moment.
Who found you? We
You
found
actually.
you. You're hilarious. Yes, he is bilingual.
He's bilingual.
What would be by athletic, by sport, by?
I guess it's multi-athlete.
Yeah.
But that's not as fun.
You like this moment?
I did.
Yeah.
I like
Although
this
I feel
couple.
like she
Oh my
did,
God,
like she
obsessed.
looked happy and proud, but there was a moment I was like, she looks a little underwhelmed here. She's like, "What are you doing, bruh?"
She probably like, give me that ball. I'll show you a
Right.
train spin.
But I thought it was
Watch
a
your
cute moment.
ankles. No, it's so cute. I
Yeah.
loved it. I mean, I feel like post my handstand with Jordan Childs, I should have been like, okay, now we'll do a juggling contest.
Right.
Ooh, that would have been a good
You
idea.
know,
Right,
juggling's
sure.
difficult.
Juggling
So
very
is
difficult.
good on Ben to be able to
Yeah.
get a couple touches in. You know?
Yeah, no, he was
seemed
actually
he
pretty
did.
okay. Like,
I wonder if he played soccer.
I wonder
I feel
if
like
she could play
everyone did.
tennis.
yeah.
I wonder.
I bet she. I mean, I feel like Trinity could literally do anything she wanted to. So
Right.
Es posible.
yeah, but maybe we'll get to see a couple like some. I would love now that we've seen him juggling the soccer ball. We need to see them doing a little rally together, or
Right.
a
Even
little
like
hit,
couples doubles.
little hit and giggle.
Even
Yeah.
pickleball would be fine with me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again, Be careful though. We don't want
be
her
careful.
doing anything.
That's why you gotta do pickleball. It's condensed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You don't have to move around too much.
Gotta watch the Achilles though when you do pickleball. That stuff's dangerous.
You've learned from experience?
It takes people out. Like pickleball has been the
Yeah, if
number
you're
one
60.
leading like spike of people going into.
Let's look at the demographic of
surgery
typical
for-
pickleball players.
That's true. Oh my gosh.
But you know what? Last but not least,
Last but
who's
not least,
hungry?
I am, and you know what?
Would you like a pride cake? Because Asia Wilson gave her people a pride cake.
I would like a pride cake, and I'm looking.
Also.
Did we have one? Did we? Oh, I thought maybe we were gonna get a pride cake today from our allies.
We need to talk to the production team.
I'm shaking.
We need to talk to the production team.
Nodding his head over
this
there.
is
yeah.
my last straw.
But yeah, Asia Wilson does this every year,
I know.
you know, for her teammates, which I love.
I love
and
this
I love
trend.
that she just makes it a moment, and
Honestly,
we all just embrace it as we should.
Cake looked delicious.
It did. And honestly, I was like, where this cake at? Where this cake at? Because she waited till the last minute.
No, she did, because usually she does it a little
In the
earlier.
beginning,
Yeah.
right. But
They had bigger fish.
They had
Not
bigger
bigger
fish
fish,
to
but they
fry.
had like some
You're like not to downplay.
No.
Pride.
They had some team things, you know, going on that they.
right, she wanted to
probably
make sure
like,
they earned
yeah,
the cake.
earned the
Have
cake.
you been a good gay?
Have you been a good game? What are you doing on that court?
Exactly.
You don't deserve a cake now.
Put some points up for me.
And now, all right, take a nibble.
And now I'll get you a cake.
And you know what? Yeah.
No, there's a great tradition.
Yeah.
Love
This is a
it.
really fun
I didn't know
tradition.
about it until this year, so shout out
Oh, really?
Asia Wilson. Yeah.
No, they're really funny. And maybe we'll get a pride cake
Maybe,
next year.
yeah, I'm still waiting on mine. No teammate ever did that for me, so
That's crazy.
I feel like it's something that NWSL should adopt.
Great
Right.
idea.
We can
Every work
bring that
environment
over.
should adopt it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe like next time, I guess,
Oh
guys.
my gosh, amazing.
I think they have cupcakes next door, so we'll go figure it out.
Oh man. All right, well, that's a wrap on another week of Sports Are Fun. We got some big things coming up this week, like we talked about, Commissioner's Cup final on Tuesday between Fever and Lynx. And then we got Storm and Liberty on Saturday. We also have USWNT National League taking on Canada on Wednesday.
Pull up on us.
Pull
See you
up on us.
there.
We'll be there. BJ will not be in a Canadian jersey.
You never know what I'll pop up at.
I know. I'm like, what am I going to wear? Euro start same day.
Same day.
As Canada
we're
USWNT
just so
National.
busy.
We are sports.
Sports are fun, but exhausting.
We stay booked and busy.
We
Yeah, you
are.
had no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Truly.
There's no better time to be a women's sports fan. Sports are fun. Thanks for tuning in, liking,
Bye.
subscribing, commenting. We'll see you guys next week.
That was crazy. We both went instantly.